You know, every once in a while, a gadget pops up that's different. It doesn't have a flashy ad campaign. It's not trying to be the next big thing. It's just a simple, kind of plain-looking device that just grabs you. And today, that's what we're diving into.
And that feeling right there, that's what starts the whole thing. It's not about being the biggest or fastest, but about being interesting. So what is this little mystery box that gets people so hooked?
All right, let's meet the TRMNL. Yep, spelled TRMNL, like it's allergic to vowels. It's one of these e-paper devices that always promise this amazing, focused experience, but they often just miss the mark. So the big question is this the one that finally nails it? So let's break it down. What actually is it? At its core, it's an open-source e-paper display. Simple enough. But the real magic, the secret sauce, isn't the screen itself. It's this whole world of plugins that lets you basically build your own perfect little information hub with none of the distracting junk.
Now, if you know e-paper, you know the deal. You get two incredible perks: crazy long battery life, and you can read it perfectly in any light. And yeah, that super slow refresh rate, for a screen that just shows you static info, that's not a weakness. It's actually a strength. It's all part of the minimalist design.
And when I say long battery life, I'm not kidding. We're not talking about charging this thing every day or even every week. We're talking months. That completely changes how you think about a device on your desk.
The hardware itself is, well, it's about as simple as it gets. A little kickstand, a couple of buttons, a USB-C port. That's it. But its real genius, the thing that makes it special, is its whole philosophy on software.
Okay, get this, and I love this part. There's no app. In a world where your coffee mug needs an app, the TRMNL is controlled entirely from a web browser. You just connect to its little local web page and start playing around. It feels so wonderfully old school and refreshing.
And this chart right here, this is the key to understanding the TRML. On one side, you've got this open, scrappy, let's figure it out vibe. And on the other, you've got the polished, locked down, we know best world of big tech. This device is all about putting you in the driver's seat. And this quote nails it. It introduces my favorite word for this thing, janky. It's not always a perfectly smooth ride, but that's the point. That little bit of scrappiness is what gives you the power to make it your own. The Linux comparison is spot on. It's not for everybody, but if you're the kind of person who gets it, man, is it satisfying.
Okay, so what does all this tinkering and jankiness look like in the real world? Let's walk through the first big project, getting it to play nice with Notion. The goal here was to make it a super focused to-do list that doesn't scream at you.
So the journey started out easy. Step 1, install the Notion plugin. Check. But right away, bam, roadblock. The default sort was pulling up stuff from years ago, so the data was there, but it was totally useless. And this is where the magic happens. This is the tinkering. The solution was to actually go into Notion and create a whole new property, a special sort key just for the TRMNL. It took a little bit of work, a little bit of thinking, but the result? A perfectly sorted, always up-to-date schedule, right there at a glance.
All right, so it's a productivity machine. Awesome. But let's be real. Who wants to stare at their to-do list all day? What about something a little more wholesome? Something that actually makes you feel good? This is where this little screen really starts to shine.
So the goal was simple: show family photos. The problem, well, Apple's famously locked-down system. But just like before, a little clever thinking provides a workaround. You can actually turn a shared album into a public web page, grab that link, and feed it right into the TRMNL's photo plugin. Problem solved. And you know what's funny? The device's so-called limitations actually become its best feature. The photos are black and white, they're a little pixelated, but it just has this charm. It's cute. It feels less like a glaring screen and more like a little piece of art.
Okay, so we've got work covered and we've got family covered. What's next? Well, let's put it all together. The TRMNL can actually split its screen, which means we can build the ultimate daily dashboard.
And here it is, the final form. On the left side, you've got a Google Tasks list, set to refresh every 5 minutes so it's always current. And on the right, a super specific, hyper-local weather report. It's everything you need to know and nothing you don't.
And look, these couple of examples are just scratching the surface. There are over 470 plugins that the community has built. You can track your stocks, check train times, see when your Amazon package is arriving. I mean, the possibilities are pretty much endless. So after all of this tinkering, all this setup, it's pretty clear this little device earned its spot on the desk. But that brings us to the biggest, most important question of all.
Yeah, who is this really for? Is this a device I'd recommend to, say, my mom? Probably not. It's definitely a niche product for a certain kind of person.
And here's the breakdown. If you are a tinkerer, a hobbyist, someone who gets excited about open source projects and doesn't mind reading a little documentation to get things perfect, you will absolutely love this thing. But if you just want something that works perfectly the second you take it out of the box, that Apple-like experience, this is definitely not for you. And that's really the final word on the TRML. It isn't going to revolutionize the entire tech world, but what it is a really thoughtful, beautifully simple device that does one thing incredibly well. It helps you focus on what actually matters, whether that's your next big project or just a nice photo of your kid. So I'll just leave you with this to think about. As all of our tech gets more and more polished, more and more locked down, is that freedom to tinker, to play, to maybe even break things a little? Is that worth the occasional frustration? For a certain kind of person, I think the TRMNL proves that the answer is a huge, resounding yes.